movie is officially out in theaters, so I want to talk about all of my favorite moments from the film. Let's get into it. I have loved Wicked musical for a very long time. It was the first Broadway musical that I ever saw, and it is the one that I hold so dearly to my heart. I am a fan. Now, I know that there are some Wicked super fans out there. I'm probably not a super fan, but we're getting pretty close. I've seen the production 9 times, I think 10. I have to actually go back and count because I'm not sure when I was counting if I counted when I saw the production in London, Wicked UK. So it's 9 or 10 times. I've seen Wicked a lot and I love it so much. So let's get into all the things that I loved about Wicked movie. Spoilers ahead. If you have not seen the movie, I encourage you to save this in your watch later folder and come back to it once you've watched it. Dr. Dillamond is such an icon. I don't even go up for goats like that. But for that one, like, I'm not even kidding you. I'm not an animal person. Like, when I really think about it, I don't really like animals. Like, I like dogs. But animals in general are just kind of like, I don't know. So for me to feel so emotionally attached to this goat, these are unprecedented times. Like, they just are. One of my favorite moments with Dr. Dillamond is when he and Elphaba were having a conversation. He was like, Elphaba, go join your friends. And she goes, I don't have any friends. And he said, well, maybe you do have one. And then he lifted his little hoof. Bruh. Talk about me being wrecked. Like, what? Are you joking? Like, I literally was just like, what a legend. I am obviously a Jonathan Bailey stan. But my goodness gracious, that man really just stole the show. Like, he said, you know what? Look at me, okay? Dancing through life. Are you joking? When that man did a backflip, I said, wait. Well, like, what are we doing right now? Like, I kid you not. I was just mesmerized every time he was on screen. Like, when he first came on screen on that horse, I kid you not. This was me sliding down in my chair because I was passing out. Like, Jonathan Bailey is so incredibly talented, and just to see his talent displayed in such a phenomenal way, I was like, wow. I mean, you're just a 12 out of 10, my guy. I don't even know what to say. Like, so good. The Asda's Ballroom is underwater? Like, okay, on my way. Like, are you kidding? That whole entire scene was so stunning. I loved all of the details and all of the colors. Like, I was just obsessed with how they built that world. I didn't know what the Asdas was going to look like. And to see what it turned into, I was like, oh my gosh. And they had to go there by boat. And I just thought it was so beautiful. Now, let me tell you about the part that absolutely wrecked me. The part where Elphaba is in the center of the dance floor and she's dancing by herself and Glinda comes to join her. And when they start dancing together, when I tell you I was wheezing, sobbing, and crying uncontrollably. And I've seen it twice now. So both times that I saw it, I could not stop crying. And I literally was like, okay, you have to try to cry a little quieter, Kaisha, because other people are trying to watch this movie. But when I tell you, I was like, like shoulders and everything. Like, I think what really did it for me is when Elphaba started crying, I was like, well, it's a wrap. Like, I'm here with you, girl. Like, that moment is so important for a variety of reasons, but it is truly the establishment of Elphaba and Glinda's relationship, of their friendship. Let's talk about the very beginning of the movie. There are so many Easter eggs at the beginning. I was screaming. When the Fab Four came out, I said, we about to do the thing. Like, that got me so excited. Like, we're about to figure out how these worlds collide and how exciting to bring in the original source material into this origin story of the Wicked Witch of the West. I just really loved that integration. Also, these tulips, apparently these tulips were not CGI. Like, they actually planted those tulips. Do you know how long it would take to plant that many tulips? Like, are we being for real? They said budget. They said, we're going to bring you to the world of Oz and we're going to make this thing real. That looked absolutely stunning. The colors were so vivid and vibrant. Like, yes, and yes again. Ariana Grande did not come to play with y'all. Ariana Grande is a theater girl, okay? I know she's a pop star, all of that, but she's a theater girl. She's funny. She is absolutely hilarious. I loved all of her comedic timing. Genius. She is so good. I am fully an Ariana Grande fan now. Like, I was never not a fan. I just didn't follow her in the way that, like, some people do. And now I follow everything. Like, I want shirts with her face on it. I'm in the fan club now. Welcome to me. She just had so many good moments. And what I really loved is that I felt like this was truly her take on Glinda. It wasn't like a mimic of any other past Glindas. This is Ariana Grande's Glinda. And I really loved that. Maybe in the beginning when she's in the bubble and she puts her bubble back so that she could float off, someone goes, Glinda, is it true you were her friend? And she's like, what? And then she pops the bubble and then she goes, what? Y'all took me out. I also really loved when she fell very dramatically on the bed in conversation with Elphaba about secrets and things. That also took me out. Love her. She's a queen. One Short Day has always been one of my favorite musical numbers from the show. So to see this number fully realized, I was losing my mind. In this selection, I just have to go out and shout out my brothers and sisters, the Black folk that were tearing it up. You know who I'm talking about. When they had their moment, they ate that up. Ate it up. I see you. Also, the cameos were such a delicious surprise to see Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth and Stephen Schwartz. Like, yes, 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 and yes again, Broadway on the big screen. Yes, yes, yes. I especially loved when Idina went over to Cynthia and when Kristen went over to Ariana. Like, what? What? That was absolutely beautiful. Can we all just stop and have a round of applause for Michelle Yeoh? First things first, I need every single one of those costumes. Paul Tazwell, if you're watching this video, help, because I need those. I actually need those, especially that purple one. We saw it for like a little TikTok, but that purple one, you know which one I'm talking about. I need that one because I would wear that every day. Like the costumes were insane and I just loved her, I don't know, her mannerisms and her very like subtle nature of being a villain. There was something so mysterious about it. And that shot when she turned around and all them flying monkeys was in the back, baby, I said, uh-oh, here comes the villain. And it was just so, so, so delicious. We have to talk about Little Elfie and Little Nessa. First of all, Little Nessa, I just wanted to give Little Nessa a hug. Like when she was crying, I was like, no, baby, don't cry. Like my heart was breaking. But obviously my heart also broke for Little Elfie because her father, you know better. You don't treat kids like that. That's messed up, sir. So I had an attitude with how he was treating her. I was like, how you gonna treat your baby? That's your baby. How you gonna treat her like that? Rude. Little Elfie was so precious. Like when I just saw her little face, I was just like, oh. In Defying Gravity, when Elphaba is falling, and then she sees Little Elfie and she reaches out to Little Elfie because she realizes that she is the only one who can save herself. Help me, God. When I tell you I was sobbing, inconsolable, I just really loved that touch that they added there. And then when she reached out to Little Elfie and she grabbed the broom, I said, whoa! We also just talk about the scene where Glinda puts the cape on Elphaba. Baby, when she turns around and that cape is whipping, what? I literally said, I want to be the Wicked Witch of the West. I want to be Elphaba. Like, I'm trying to move like that. I need all my clothes to have a built-in cape now. I don't want to wear nothing regular. I want everything I own to have something that makes that kind of noise, that makes that swoosh. I don't want nothing basic. I don't want no jackets, none of that. I want capes only and capes alone. I could obviously talk about this movie all day long, so if there are other things you want me to discuss or if you like this video, definitely let me know. I am processing the fact that we have to wait a full calendar year for part 2, but the thing that is getting me so excited is that that movie is going to begin with Thank Goodness. And that is one of my favorite songs from the show. And I know Ariana is going to sing us down. She's going to act us down. I just cannot wait for that. And so I am trying to continue to remember that at the top of my mind so that I don't get like, oh, it's a whole year. But I'm also really glad that it's not over. I feel like we get longer to live in anticipation of this movie. And so I'm really excited that there's another calendar year because I'm going to be all wicked fanned out for a whole nother 365 days and then another 365 days and then add 5 more years and then forever because I am a fan of this musical and I always will be. All right, y'all, I have been yapping enough. If you like my vibe, if you like it here, make sure you subscribe to my channel and I will catch you on the next video. Bye, friend.